What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we got some more fragrances that came in from the good folks at Aroma Concepts. We've got Virilis, which is supposed to be a Lamal Elixir clone. Very excited about that. And then Abisco Nirvana, which I've heard is like a thick, leathery floral. I don't know what type of floral. Fingers crossed for Iris, but this is either going to be, oh my god, amazing, or way too feminine, is what my gut's telling me here. I think it's going to be one of the two. And then this, I mean, we'll see, because Lamal Elixir is still around $100 from discounters. If you can get this for 30 some odd bucks and it's a really good interpretation, might be worth considering. But either way, Aroma Concepts sending it my way is not going to have any effect on what I think about the fragrances. If you'd like to check these out, though, there's a link with 10% off down below if you're interested in checking them out. Again, thank you, Aroma Concepts, for sending them my way so I can check them out, because I'm pretty excited about this one, honestly. So let's bust them open. Stay tuned. So, Virilis. Let's see what the bottle looks like, because I have no idea. I don't know any notes or anything like that. Paris Corner does a pretty good job most of the time. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay. Doesn't really resemble it in any way, so I guess that's a good thing. Bottle's very heavy. The base of the glass goes up to here. It's a very thick base. I mean, it's nothing special looking with the bottle, but it is hefty. Decent amount of metal filled with plastic. Alright, let's see what we're working with here. Good atomizer. Give it a little spritz and a half. Whew, that's clear as day, Lamal Elixir right there. Honey, sweet, tobacco, vanilla tonka bean. Oh, wow. I feel like I'm smelling Lamal Elixir. Subtle differences. Off the top of my head, I'm saying like 90%. But let's be certain, shall we? Do a little spritz up on the forearm so we can compare what and what. Because I knew going into it this is supposed to be this. So I said, let me grab it so we can do a side by side and see just how legitimately close or twist. You know, so I want to see what's what here. Virilis, just off the top of my head, it seems like it's close. I'm surprised to say this. The real one's a little bit earthier. Because I never really understood how people say it's a bunch of tobacco. I don't understand how you don't get a bunch of tobacco. And I've always got that slight earthy feel to it. When you compare it to the clone, it's a lot more tobacco than I realize. Yeah, there's a little bit more of the tobacco coming out in the original. Versus it's more of the honey. That honey-like sweetness out of Virilis. I would say like 85%. Very, very close. Not 1-to-1. But very, very close. It's coming. Oh, honestly, in the opening, a little bit stronger. And this is a monster. I don't know. Yeah, that's the difference to me. This is a little bit more earthy. This is a little bit more like honey-like between the two, but overall, out in the air, same profile, I'm sure. Let's look at the notes on Virilis, shall we? Let's pull up Aroma Concepts website.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
$35 before the 10% off code. It's cheap. Orange, passion fruit, bergamot, cotton candy. So it's not the same notes. It explains why it's sweeter. Those top notes tell you sweeter fragrance right off the top. Coffee, brown sugar, heliotrope, honey, lily of the valley, patchouli, vanilla, tonka bean. So that's why there's a difference in earthiness and tobacco smell, because it's, according to this note breakdown, it's not in here at all. It's pretty close, though. It is sweeter. It is sweeter. I was thinking orange. It's funny. I don't get passion fruit, cotton candy, passion fruit, brown sugar. It all just adds to the sweetness. I do smell a little bit of that coffee. Makes sense. Like I'm telling you, like 80 to 85%, I think, is realistically how close these are to one another, but they are not identically the same fragrance. This is a little bit of a twist, not a big twist. Not like, oh, this is drastically got this big giant nuance difference. No, because this is still sweet. The takeaway for me is the same as my initial thoughts is this has more of an earthiness. This lacks it pretty much completely. This is a sweeter profile of this. Surprisingly enough. Now, I still think this is better, but from discounters for this 75 ml, you're going to pay around $90 to $100, whereas you're going to pay $35 before 10% off with this. They both smell equally strong. Actually, this opening smells a little bit stronger. Longevity, who knows? This is a first impressions unboxing. It is coming off the hand pretty strong, though. I doubt performance is going to be much of an issue here. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great fragrance. I do prefer Lamal Elixir a little bit more. That earthiness grounds it a little bit more. If you like sweet fragrances, this is going to be your jam. Virilis is clearly going the path of Lamal Elixir while kind of not really doing its own thing, but offering some nuanced changes that don't take it away from smelling very similar. I think it's the best way I could put this. So, Virilis from Paris Corner, 8 out of 10. Well, all right then. Abisco Nirvana. See what we're working with here. Like I said, I want to say I've heard something along the lines of a leather floral, and I don't know what type of floral. Nice presentation on the fold out. God, their bottles are getting heavier. This sucker's heavy. Look at the thickness of the walls of the glass all the way around. How many ml is this? 2.2. It says 65 ml. That's a lot of glass. You drop this on you barefoot. Man, is that going to hurt? Man, you drop this on a toe? Your big toe might survive. The rest of them might break. It's like a small brick. Crazy. Hey, check that out. It's actually lined up where it says Ibisco Nirvana. On top of the cap, it's lined up pretty much perfectly. Cap holds into place. Doesn't click, but it's mostly metal. Atomizer's lined up. I'm kind of impressed here, just with these little touches. Great atomizer. Great. Look at that. It's a juicy fruit floral. That is feminine. It's a fruity floral. That's my wife's MO. Okay, so Heidi's going to love this. This is her favorite profile is fruity florals. Let's see what we're working with here. It's way too girly for me. Yeah, this is very feminine. I thought that was my gut feeling, was this either going to be like, oh my god, hidden gem for guys, or crazy feminine. It's crazy feminine. No in between here. I can't see too many guys wanting to wear this. Though they're out there, there's some that would enjoy it. Too feminine for me. Very juicy floral. Sweet fruity. A little musky even. Has a mature vibe to it. I don't think this is a young lady's profile, even though it's a fruity floral. It's like thick red florals. Even a little bit of zest, like some spice to it. Let's look up these notes.
12 seconds later.
Abisco Nirvana is another one, $35 before the discount. So prices are good. Lime mint leaf black currant. Okay, mint leaf. All right. Not super minty, but a little bit. Okay. Hibiscus geranium damask rose cinnamon. There's my little bit of spice. Thick red florals. Hibiscus damask rose geranium. Still a red floral. Vanilla, leather accord, amber, and musk. There's my musk. I'm not getting leather like I thought I would. Not to the degree I was hoping. It's warm. It's a little on the heavier side. It's still airy. It has a not fluffiness. That's not the word I'm looking for. Airiness, I guess, is the safe play on the word until I can think of something better. There's an airiness to it. Not quite all that bright. Dominated by red florals here. lime and black currant, so I wouldn't have guessed black currant. It doesn't have kind of that tart inkiness to it, but maybe the mint is what's changing that. I don't know. I mean, wearability for me, it's like a 3 out of 10. You know what I mean? It's like 2 or 3 out of 10. Now, is this something I think my wife would enjoy? I think it's a 50% chance here. Honestly. It's elegant. It's dressier occasion. It's not some casual floral fragrance for women. At least I don't think. I'm going to go with my gut here with 6 out of 10. Better than good. It's got something to offer, but I don't know. I can't really just get an idea of how my wife's going to feel about it until she tells me how she feels about it. I can't just predict it. So, for me, though, is it something I want to smell on her? On me, I don't like it all that much. It's not bad. It's got some endearing qualities. It's not a bad smelling fragrance at all. It does not smell bad at all. But it doesn't blow me away like, ooh, I can't wait to smell this on her. I've come across some like that. A lot. This is not one of those. The bottle's impressive, though. It does remind me of fall. It's got that autumn harvest smell to it. Maybe that's the cinnamon mixing with the florals. This is going to sound weird, maybe off-putting, maybe almost a little potpourri-like. Yeah, maybe a little bit. So, Abisco Nirvana. Let's get it to focus before we do this. 6 out of 10. Well, one that's way too feminine for me, and one that's a little bit sweeter than Lamal Elixir, but pretty close overall. I think that's definitely a solid option here. I like it. I do like it. It's a little bit fruitier. The honey's a little bit more pronounced versus Lamal Elixir. It lacks the earthiness of the tobacco note of Lamal Elixir, but this is good. This is pretty damn good. This might be worth considering for some of you. If you have the original, no. Take a pass. It's totally redundant. But if you don't have Lamal Elixir, you might want to look into this one if you don't want to spend Lamal Elixir money. It's pretty damn close. And just know going into it, it's a little bit more fruity, sweet honey, fruits and honey, versus earthiness. So one thing's enhanced, one thing's omitted. There's your 15 to 20% difference between the two profiles. So very close, but not identical. And it's cheap. And it smells really strong. It's like really strong. This, guys, I can't say any of you are going to be interested in this. Ladies, though, you never know. Ladies over 30 might very much enjoy this. I don't know. I personally don't care for it. I don't see it being that endearing to my wife either, but I could be wrong. I'm going to find out in a little bit here off camera. But thank you again, Aroma Concepts, for sending these my way to give me an opportunity to check them out. If you would be interested in checking any of these out or any of the other offerings that they have available right now, one I would highly encourage considering. It's my favorite of the last haul, Moscow Mule. It smells like Killian's Blue Moon Ginger Splash. Whew, man. Spicy green mint. Citruses. It's just amazing. The Paris Corner's got some good stuff out right now. So once again, thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe before you leave. I'll catch you on the next one.